So we'll move on to our all-time starting five. I kind of have mine. Well, we can go. I'll go like I'll pick a center, and then you can pick a center. We'll go from there. So for me, my number one center, I'm gonna have to go. And this is kind of a thing. I'm gonna go because this is my personal favorites. I'm not gonna go all. I mean, all time I can go personal favorites, but I'm gonna go Mike Modano at my center.
Whoa.
And here's why. I know a lot of people would go Gretzky, but Gretzky was actually primarily a winger in his career.
Okay.
So I would. So that's why I'm going Modano. But Modano's two-way game, I think, exceeds Gretzky's. Because his two-way game. Because if you're playing if we're talking modern NHL play, I don't think Gretzky is as good as he really is. I know talent plays out in any era. It's just that the two-way game, the defense is so much more difficult now that I think Modano, his two-way game would be pretty comparable. So who do you have?
All-time starting five.
Yeah, that's my center. So who's your first center? We'll start with your first center.
Oh man. All time.
It can be personal favorites. We're not. I know. People think, oh yeah, you have to pick like Gretzky, Messier, Lemieux. It's like you can just pick.
Well,
who you like.
McDavid.
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of the go-to. I mean, if you look at his production, I mean, his stats are completely off the charts.
Yes.
And his talent is as well.
His speed is what kills everyone.
Yeah, I think he would probably have 2 or 3 cups if he was on a different team.
Oh, for sure.
Already?
Yeah.
But that would be my pick.
All right, so my number one right winger, I think I'm all right. I think for my number one right winger, I'm gonna have to go with oh man, that's gonna be tough. I'm gonna go with I could go with yeah, let's do that. I will go with Wayne Gretzky. I think
what? Okay.
I think Gretzky, because the passing you could have some good passing and stuff like that. So
okay.
I think Gretzky can just fill in a slot there because his passing ability mixed with Madonna's two-way ability, I think could help a lot.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good pick. I'd probably pick him as well. I mean, if you look at his production, I mean, he has 800 and some odd goals, but he has like 1,800 assists.
Yeah, he's got 60 records. He holds 60 records, and most of them are like passing, like assist records.
Yeah, so from that is a good quality. I mean, that you had highlighted from a passing perspective. His production is off the charts.
It was
obviously.
Still really good even at the twilight of his career. He still had 21 points. He had 19 points in 21 games before he retired.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, and then so I'll go right.
Wait.
Sorry.
Let me pick my. Who would I take for a left wing? For all time left wingers. Wow.
It's tough. I know. You have to think about everybody.
I know. I'm like going
then you
through
have to think,
them all.
who isn't a left winger?
Yeah, who isn't a left winger? And then you think, who's right-handed that plays as off wing? So I don't know if I even know.
I have one.
Who would be an all-time left winger?
I have
names.
No, I know a name
of players, but I don't know if they're left wingers.
It's tough. Again, you're thinking of the names, you're thinking of everything else. I'm gonna go Alex Ovechkin as a left winger because he's right-handed. He
does play off wing.
Most career points by a left wing in NHL history.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know he played
1,487 points.
Okay, so
there also is Bobby Hull and
he's
Brett
also
Hull.
one of my favorite players. So I would agree with that. So right wing. Ooh, this one's gonna be tough because I'm gonna go back in time. What's gonna be your right winger?
I already said it was Gretzky. You said Gretzky too.
No, you said left wing.
No, I said right wing, and then I said we're gonna move on to left wing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So I had Gretzky, so now we have Ovechkin. Now we have to go defenseman. This is where it gets tough because there's so many good defensemen in the history of the league. I think I want a combination of points, like point scoring from my defenseman, and also good defending. So for my right defenseman or my left I think my left defenseman. No, right defenseman because he's left-handed. I'm gonna go Scott Niedermayer.
Okay.
Because Scott was all time. He's one of the better. He's one of the better defensemen of all time. And his points total over his career is like he's averaging 45, 55, 45 over his career and having good defense. So I think I'm gonna go him because I think he's the more consistent out of the ones I can think of.
Okay, and I'm gonna pick a person that's similar to him. Paul Coffey.
Oh yeah, the Kaufmeister.
Yeah, and because that was one guy that I tried to emulate.
When you played
Yeah, going coast to coast.
butter on toast.
Exactly. I still try to do that.
I know you do.
But
I like that pick
in our
because right, he was
in
right
our beer league
because
games.
Coffee was right-handed.
No, he was left-handed.
Okay, my bad. And then I'll go for left defenseman because I picked
Right.
right defenseman. Thank you. Oh, man, this is tough because it's you know what I'm gonna go a guy that was really consistent, had a lot of points. I'm gonna go Brian Leach from Corpus Christi, Texas. He was born there. He's never played in Corpus Christi, but he's from there. Because his production value over his career was just so good and so consistent that it was just like crazy.
Yeah.
How good he was. And he was right-handed, so I think he'll be pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of left-handed defensemen that we haven't really talked about. Like
There's also a bunch of
Lidstrom.
right-handed defensemen that are very valuable.
Yeah, I know. But so who would be somebody that's right-handed?
In my experience, there's not a lot. For some reason, I always thought Darian Hatcher was right-handed, but he's not. Zubov was right-handed, wasn't he? So Zubov, you could go Zubov if you wanted.
Yeah. I
But-
just don't know a lot of right-handed
No, I know.
defense.
Yeah, I know. There's not a whole lot in history of the NHL. Housley was left-handed.
So you got Housley, Zubov, Ray Bork, Coffee,
Bork, yeah.
Lidstrom, Pronger. I mean, all these guys that we're talking about are left-handed.
Well, we could talk about. You could also put in some modern guys like Dougie Hamilton, Charlie McAvoy, and Cale McCarr. All those guys are right-handed, but they're young.
Yeah, they're not like all time, right?
Yeah.
I just don't think that my knowledge of right-handed defensemen is good enough
Well,
to
you're
even
a
answer
left-handed
that question.
You're a left-handed defenseman.
Yeah, so
Was Bobby Orr left-handed?
yes.
God, everyone's left-handed.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy. All right. Well, I think you kind of for your pick. Oh, McInnes. McInnes was right-handed.
Yeah, Al McGinnis, but come on, all time.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm gonna go. Like I said, I think I have my Brian Leach right-handed. I'm gonna go Brian Leach, Scott Niedermayer on my defense. So you already have Coffee and
Yeah, I'll go Coffee and Zubov. We're gonna go with all offensive.
that's good. Well,
defenseman.
Zubov is right-handed, so
Yeah, so
that's good. And then goaltending. This is where it gets real tough because now you have so many good goaltenders. I think in terms of his production over his career, I know a lot of people would say Belfour, but the thing is, at a certain point, at like 2003, he stopped being good.
yeah.
I'm gonna go Patrick Waugh.
You can take Patrick Raw, but I don't like him as a person, so I'm not going to.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I just don't like him,
That's fair.
so I'm not going to pick him. But I will pick Brodeur.
Brodeur. I was
Yeah.
gonna pick. It was between Brodeur. Actually, instead of Wall, I would go. My other pick was Hasek. Hasek was really, really good for a lot of years.
Yeah, he was.
And you want to talk about a goaltender carrying a team? He carried the Sabres to the Stanley Cup Finals against the Stars.
Yeah, he's one of the only things that has been good about the Sabres over the course of their franchise.
Exactly.
Really.
Well, I mean, ever since Vanek and Pominville left the Sabres, they haven't been the same.
No.